Crew306 here, and in this Microsoft Flight Sim video, I fly the F22 Raptor in Page, Arizona, skimming over the Glen Canyon Dam into the Grand Canyon, and I'll be performing multiple thrust vectoring maneuvers such as the J-turn, the pedal turn, aka flat spin, and a classic Cobra maneuver. Alright, we're here in Page, Arizona. We're going to be taking off from Page Municipal Airport and cruising right down over the top of Glen Canyon Dam into the Grand Canyon for some canyon carving. Alright, let's get this F22 started up. Go ahead and bring our battery on. And we'll just go and quick start this. Oh yeah, listen to the glorious Pratt & Whitney F119 engines come to life there. They produce 25,000 pounds of thrust each without burner and 35,000 pounds of thrust in afterburner. Alright, let's go and close the canopy here. Alright, let's taxi this bird down to the end of the runway to runway 15 and I'll get this Raptor in the air. Now I know the F22 has never been a part of the Thunderbirds, but it's just a beautiful paint scheme and it would be amazing if it was, since the F22 demo is just incredible to watch. Alright, we're here at runway 15, looks clear. Now, F22 typical takeoffs are performed in mill power. Afterburner is rarely used during takeoff as a way to conserve fuel. Alright, we're looking for about 140 knots. At 140. And we're off the ground by 170. Landing gear up. Alright, we'll go and do a little J-turn here. It's just incredible what the capability is of the F22 thrust vectoring. So right there's a Glen Canyon Dam. I'm going to cut down right over the dam, right between the bridge, carve the Grand Canyon right there. Cool thing about the F22 is its ability to super cruise, which is the ability to maintain supersonic flight without afterburners, and it achieves this due to the aerodynamics of the aircraft and the two Pratt & Whitney F119 engines. About a sustained 5 Gs. Speed breaks out so we don't overspeed. Doing about 350 knots. Gotta watch out for the power lines. And we're in the canyon. A pretty sharp end here. Make sure we don't overspeed. Use burner to help spin the tail around with the vector nozzles. Back in the burner, spin the tail. Main thing here, we gotta watch our speed, make sure we don't get too slow and stall out, making these really sharp turns. About 200 knots there is pretty slow. Don't want to go too much below that. And here we are coming around the famous horseshoe bend of the Grand Canyon. We're going 170, 180 knots. That was a little slow, but that was a sharp turn. Get our airspeed back up. I have 400 knots. Really whip it around this one. 400 knots, 420. Another sharp turn. There she goes. About 8 to 9 Gs, doing 500 knots, Mach 0.85. Alright, we're going to climb up to about 80 degrees. Make sure we're about 4,000 feet above the ground. And we're going to do a pedal turn. So we're going to flip it around. We're going 3 knots, basically 0. Once you flatten back around, we're going to put it into a pedal turn, aka a flat spin. Then we spun around. Now we're going back down. Back in the canyon, make our way back up. Make sure we don't overspeed here. Doing 400 knots. That was extremely close there. We got down to 190 knots, very close to stalling out. With a sharp bend right here. Really tail slid it there. Got her down to about 170 knots. Back up to about 400 knots here. Oh yeah, 160 knots. That was really really slow around that one. Really using the vectored nozzles and extreme power of these Pratt & Whitney F119 engines. Doing 440 knots. And here we are making our way back around Horseshoe Bend. Almost stalled out around 130 knots there. Barely going 200, but we got it. Be a little bit easier on these turns here so we don't lose more speed. There we go, now we're back up to about 300 knots, 350. Should be another turn or so, and then we'll be back at the canyon, Glen Canyon Dam. And we'll go and do a Cobra maneuver. So we're gonna drop some speed. Nice Cobra down to around 60 knots. And we're getting airspeed. 200 knots, 250. Alright, now we're back at Page. Go and get in the pattern to land a runway 15. So as usual, shooting down the runway about 300, 350 knots. Radar altimeter is showing about 1,500 feet. Go ahead and make a nice 3 to 4G turn. We can power back to idle. And we'll go and throw landing gear down. Speed's coming down around 220. So this we're gonna look for approach speed around 140 to 145 and touchdown around 130 to 140. We're gonna maintain no greater than 12 degrees AOA. And definitely not pitch more than 13 degrees while our wheels are on the ground, as that'll induce a tail strike. Yeah, so airway's a little high right here, 13, our speed's a little slow, so there comes 140, airway's about 11.5. Line back up on the center line here. Put our flat path marker where we want to land. AOA's at 14, it's a little high. We'll increase the speed, push the nose down a little bit, bring it back down to 12. There we are, 11.9, 11.8. Aim for the 1,000-foot mark. And we'll flare, pull power to idle, and let her come down. Just let it float. Speed brakes out. Maintain the center line. And nose is down. Go and get on the brakes. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed watching me fly the F22 Raptor pushing its limits in the Grand Canyon, so like if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and come be my virtual wingman. Later.